I come from a tradition of storytelling. My mom used to tell me stories about my history, specifically about my family history as well. Growing up in Durban as a kid, you walk around, you record images, and they become part of your complex memory. So I said, how can I make an image that will speak about my world, how I see these people who are me in a sense. All my work focuses on myself, the relationship that I have with my immediate community, because I try to move with them. This is a struggle because how art is perceived in my community, it's not really seen as something that is of value. The concept of an artist driving a flashy car is new to people. The kids where I come from, they really look up to people that have got nice things. Then kids will wonder what to do for a living, and that will motivate them to pursue that career. And I guess in that way I'm motivating the young kids that as an artist you can make it, you can live a normal life. Identity, geography, all those, they fascinate me. Because I'm doing an ongoing documentation focusing on portraits and identity, looking at people's private spaces. I like the challenge that you're given limited tools to say as much as you can with those tools. Look at the time factor when you make that image, when you record it on film, and when you process in the lab, and when you sit back at home or in the studio and look at it. There are like a lot of influences and experiences that come to the fore. Sometimes the image changes. Sometimes you add things to it, sometimes you take things out. It's always difficult to find positive out of the negative. If I look at history of photography in South Africa, it has been focusing on the negative. And coming from that culture, I made a conscious decision that with my photographs, the way that I record my images, they will focus on what is good for the people. Respect, give them their decency, give them their private space. Because for me it's very important that when people look at these images, they feel proud that we've been documented, we've been represented the right way. Vanity at Frankie's came out from a contemporary issue, what is happening to the men's hair industry. Looking at the image as a man that is constantly changing. Hair has been very symbolic when it comes to respect. If I look back at my cultural heritage, when one of my family passes on, I've got to cut my hair just to show to the public that the passing away of that person is being honored. It's very abstract the way that we cut our hair. It's very complex. If you look at different haircuts, they'll tell you the roots where the hairstyle comes from. So you're looking at geography in other words, because the way that we do hair in South Africa, we've been directly influenced by people from West Africa. So you're looking at the borders of Africa that are shifting as well. My immediate goal would be for my art to be recognized internationally. I'd like to see myself as a player in the global village, because South Africa is very, very small, and actually the world is just so small. I travel quite a lot abroad and I see what other young artists are doing. Like the latest pieces will be sometimes conceptual, but they'll still deal with the idea of geography and the idea of identity. Everybody is a latent artist, everybody is a latent artist. It just depends how one develops the skill and how far you want to pursue what you're doing as an artist. But we're all latent artists.